guys, welcome to my next video. Now this video is all about eyebrows and I never usually feel like I get them right. I feel like I used to over pluck them massively and so over the last I'd say like 6 months, which is pretty gross, but I've been growing them out. I've been trying to just grow them back a little bit and actually it's really worked. So what I decided to get done was something called HD brows. Now I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before, but if you haven't then I will tell you about them. If you have, then I'm just going to give my personal review on them so you guys can see whether it's for you or not for you, if it's something you'd like to do. So basically what HD brows is a treatment that involves, it's a sort of like, I think it's 6 or 7 step treatment, and it basically involves things like tinting, waxing, plucking, threading, trimming. You've got the lot in there basically. So if you're kind of nervous, then I wouldn't worry, because I had mine done on a night. I went to a salon, a lovely salon in Nottingham called Heaven, and they were having like a launch night and they were showing everybody what they were doing and the new treatments they're doing, and they actually did my hair for me, and I had 10 people pretty much watching over me, and I was like, oh. But actually it was really cool, and like everyone was like, oh my gosh, they look amazing, as I was getting them done, so that made me feel a little bit better. But anyway, so first of all they start off by tinting your eyebrows. Now they actually ask you how dark you want them to go, and so I just said I like mine to be, you know, kind of obviously noticeable and quite prominent, but I don't want them to be too dark that it's like wool slugs on the face, because that's not a good look. And so anyway, she just left it on, probably the dye on for probably about a minute. They do swab tests as well, like swatch tests, just to make sure that you are okay with the dye and you won't have a reaction to it or anything like that. So you go, I think, like 24 or 48 hours before and have that done. And yeah, so basically I was fine, everything was good, and I had mine dyed first of all, so I had them tinted, and then that gave them the colour. And then she asked me sort of what sort of shape I wanted. So you have a say in everything that happens. You can have them really, really defined if you want. You can have them really more natural, even down to if you want them more angled or you want them more of a natural curve. I went for a natural curve because that's my natural shape of eyebrow. So she said, obviously, she was like, actually, you've got a really lovely shape, so we'll just kind of keep that. But even then, once I decided that I wanted this really natural shape, it was really technical. I was like, oh my god, I didn't realise it was quite this, like, this much went into it. But basically, she got this like stick thing, it's the only way I can describe it, it's probably way more technical than that, but anyway, she got this stick thing and kind of like measured it, so like from one side of my eye to the other, that would be where it should start, and then from your pupil upwards is where the arch or the bend should go, and then outwards is where it should end. It was so technical, and then she drew it, sort of like marked it out where I should be, so I was like, wow. So then she started the lovely, lovely waxing, which was fine on the tops here, but as you get underneath, so you have to get rid of those pesky little annoying ones underneath the eye, and because the skin is a lot thinner underneath your eyebrow, oh my gosh, does that hurt. But it's fine. I've never been through childbirth before, so I'm sure people that have would be like, that's nothing. That's absolutely not, you've got way more to come. But to me, I'm a bit of a wimp. But it's fine, you just got to suck it up, and, you know, it was all right. So, yeah, had those done, and that then, you know, got that bit out of the way. And she started to pluck them a little bit, just to get rid of any excess, I guess. And then finally, well then not finally, then she got the threading out. Now I've never had threading before, so this was kind of a new experience to me, and I've seen it being done and I thought, that's a bit strange, but actually it was really, really, really good. It was fine, and I'm, like I say, I'm normally a wimp. So they kind of get this thread and they just kind of almost drag it along your face. That's the only way I can describe it, but it just almost feels a bit like sellotape going across your face, so it's really not painful, and I thought it'd be way worse than it is. The only thing she did say is to be really careful if you guys are looking out to go for threading. Try not to go to somebody that will put it in their mouth as they're doing it, because you can actually get a lot of like bacterial infections kind of transferred over, and a lot of, you know, that's just not good. So you want someone that's going to do it just with their hands and not put the extra bit while they're doing it in their mouth, because that's just not, that's not clean and hygienic. So she didn't do that, she just did it just with her hands and everything was fine. So then she whipped off the rest of it. It's kind of like here as well, if you've got any naughty little hairs there, up on your forehead. She did say I didn't have a very hairy face, so I was well impressed with that. I was like, thanks, I don't look like a bear or something. So yeah, so then she got rid of the extra hairs, and that was that bit over with, and like I say, that was great. And then finally she trimmed. So she just got some sort of scissors, I didn't really see what they were just small little scissors, and just kind of trimmed the last little bits off just to make sure that they were in perfect shape. So what we kind of went for was that it would be quite thick up here, then it gets slightly thinner, and then slightly obviously thinner towards the end. So that's how I wanted my shape to look. Now I will show you guys a before and after of this, because I was really excited. I actually haven't got any of the product on the top. This is just how she's done it, but you can then obviously afterwards, then they do use this palette, which uses almost like it's not like a wax, but it's a kind of like almost like a primer for your eyebrows, and they put that on first, which is like a white stuff, but it's like clear, it comes out clear with one side of the brush, and then they use depending on how dark you want to go or how fair you are, that sort of thing, they use a different shade for to actually fill them in. So not only do you have all the shaping, you then have this colouring put on over the top of your dye. Now the dye actually lasts about 4 weeks. But mine's still fine, you know, I'm not feeling like I have to put anything over the top of it. If I wanted to, then I could, obviously, but you don't have to use the HD brow kit if you don't want to. You can just use whatever you would use normally. It's just that obviously that's what they say you need to use, but you know, that's fine. The only thing she did say was that here on this side, just where my eyebrows start, I have got a little slightly less hair, so I just tried to kind of fill that in for the time being, but you can get some really good regrowth stuff, so I'm going to have a little look at that and then do a video on that for you guys as well, because I think that'd be quite interesting to see whether or not that actually works, sort of promote the regrowth of your eyelashes, because I know a lot of eyebrows, sorry, because I know a lot of people obviously do overplug, and I've been there myself, I've done it, and it's just not good. Like if you have big eyebrows, like just embrace them, because they're so lovely and beautiful. So yeah, I really loved the whole experience. I mean obviously it was quite painful in places, don't get me wrong, but when she showed me, so she kind of like she'd just done the shaping on them both, and then she tinted obviously them both, but then filled it in with this extra palette that she's used on one, and then left the other as it was. And so she was like, this is what you'll see sort of next time, you know, when everything comes off, when your makeup all comes off, this is what you'll be left with. But I looked at the finished product and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. It was just so, like my eyebrows have never looked that good before. I was like, wow, you need to do my eyebrows every single day. Like not pluck and shape them, but just like fill them in, because she did such a good job. So I was like, wow, these look so good. And actually I feel like I could do that myself, so I don't feel like it would be too difficult to do that on my own. With regards to upkeep of it, they do say that you'd probably need to have them done every like 4 weeks or so, but it does depend on your regrowth. So I don't feel like mine grow massively quickly. I don't feel like I get massive bushy eyebrows in like a second, because like I say, it took me so long to even grow them back out again. They do advise you to grow your hair out, your eyebrows out a little bit before they go before they try and do it, just so they've got more to work with, and obviously they don't want to thin on what you've already got. But maybe just if you're interested, go along and have a chat to somebody in a salon, see where does it in your local area, and just go along and have a chat to them and say, is there any way that I could do this, you know, what do I need to do, maybe do I need to grow them for a little bit, and they'll be able to give you some advice. But I just think with regards to using all the techniques and the finished product that it gave me, the finished look that it gave me, I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to so get this done again. So that is it, you guys. I just wanted to show you really quickly a little video on my brows. I'll definitely be keeping this up, and now I've been unleashed into the world of HD, who knows what will happen. But I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and if you guys have got any kind of tips that you think that you're like, oh my gosh, you need to try this, let me know. If you guys are going to try HD and you want to show me like before and after photos as well and how it worked for you, definitely drop me a tweet. My details are below in the down bar, and I will see you guys in a few days time in my next video. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel as always, and I shall see you guys soon. Bye!